Preparing to live stream.
All right, Aubrey, you're going to have to get my charger and take it in yonder somewhere. I don't want to hear the chit-ching behind me.
Over yonder. Over the hill and up the woods. To Lola's house we go.
Into the woods.
We're live.
Oh, we are?
Did it? Yeah. Did it tell you?
No. Where?
Oh.
It said on my end, but.
Oh.
Hi, guys. Come in. Come hang out with us.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Ruthann.
All right. Your comments up. Okay. So while we wait for some people to hop on, I know it's been a little while since y'all saw the 3 Amigas, but don't worry, we haven't gone anywhere. We were just off eating tacos and having a best time. So we're going to start, while we're letting people hop on, we're going to start with a question. So if any of you watch the Thursday night shift, they do that as a way to just kind of open up the panel discussion. And so tonight's question is going to be, what is your favorite Scentsy scent ever, current or not, and why? So Miss Dixon, you get to go first.
Oh goodness. Oh gosh, current scent ever, favorite scent ever.
Ever.
So I have to say, ever is Tea Party. That was my jam. That was so long ago. It never gets brought back. So on the next Bring Back My Bars, if everybody would just go ahead and vote for Tea Party. I'm gonna put my request in now. I will send you a goodie bag whenever it gets voted on the island.
Is it floral? I don't remember Tea Party.
No.
Oh.
So it is kind of winterberry apple tea-ish. It's winterberry apple tea is the closest thing we've ever had to it since it was here. But I would almost call it like a clean, fruity, maybe a smidge of floral. It was so good.
Was there cinnamon anywhere in it?
No. No cinnamon.
Then how is it close to winterberry apple tea?
I'm gonna Google. I don't smell a lot of cinnamon in winterberry apple tea.
I don't
so
either.
I'm gonna Google right now what the notes were while you guys tell me what yours are.
Right. Miss Baker.
Put her on the spot. My favorite scent, and I've only been around for 2.5 years. Never used Scentsy before that. And my favorite scent is sugar. Always will be sugar. I don't know. Pink rhubarb sugar kind of runs a close second. But sugar. I love sugar and candy crave mixed together. It smells like cotton candy. It's very heavenly to me. I love it. Sugar.
Sugar.
Okay, I found it. Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it says a secret garden of melon, quince, and chamomile with black and white tea.
What's quince?
Quince is it's a type of flower, but it smells almost like that clean. Like I was saying, it has like a clean, little bit of fruity, little bit of floral. That's where that's coming in. But it's so good. I swear you guys would love it if it ever came back.
I promise to vote for it if it shows its face.
I will too.
Okay, thanks.
We'll do a whole thing about it. My favorite ever will be forever, and it was the scent that attached me to Scentsy, is Echo. Which is
yes,
man. Man. And I had it in my club for a long time when it came back and to Bring Back My Bar, and I had to skip a month and didn't realize I was on my second skip, and so I lost it, and it was a very sad day. So
that one was a really good one.
So all right, so I think we got some people on. So this week we thought we would go ahead and talk about sponsoring, because hopefully you guys have noticed, and if you haven't, welcome to the 24th of the month. We have a join special where people can join for only $25. $25. So, what better reason to talk about sponsoring and how to do it and how to really have those conversations? So, 25, all the way 25, 25, 25, 25. So
Those were not good times. I'm so sorry. Continue.
Not yet. It's early.
And here I'm gonna throw this fun part out too, because I just realized today's 24th, tomorrow's 25th. Do a play on social media with it's the 25th. Join for the day of the month. Join for 25. Here you go. There you
I like
go.
it.
All you have to do
I
is
like
check
it.
a graphic that says a 2 and a 5. That's it. Take a picture of your
Yeah.
calendar. It's March 25th. $25. Join me.
Can you jot that note down so that I know to do that tomorrow? Remind me.
Will do.
Oh, for God's sake. Put it on a sticky. Put it on a sticky.
From Jacqui's desk.
Jacquie's my note taker because I have all of these ideas or hear all of these ideas and then I never remember them. And so Jacqui takes notes.
I wonder if we could get 25 recruits on the 25th for $25.
I smell a challenge.
Well, you know, I put out a challenge in my team today. A join challenge, a sponsoring challenge. So maybe we just should make it a whole bliss challenge.
I think we should. I definitely can say that Tracy would approve of that challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
25 on the 25th.
Yeah.
Who thinks we can do that? Ma Pa Scott says that's an awesome idea.
I think it's
They've
great.
been on it.
Let's try it.
They've been on it this month.
I know. Killing it.
George, I don't know who's on, if it's George or Linda. Share your best sponsoring tip in the comments. How have you been promoting the $25 join special? Let's hear from some of you other people out there. Okay, who's going first tonight? Jacqui, you?
I'll go first. I'll share because I feel like I've talked about sponsoring a lot this month with my group. So they're probably tired of hearing it. So I'm going to share a bit of wisdom that I got from Jen Audette tonight. And so I'm gonna pass a challenge out to all of you. And a challenge that she said that she likes to do. So she is having conversations about the opportunity, right? We all know that we have to be talking about the opportunity. We have to be, even if we're just running errands, if you're taking the kids to a sporting event, if you're dropping them off at school, whatever it is that you're doing, going to the grocery store, all the things, we need to be having conversations when we're out. We need to be having conversations, even if it's on social media, right? So what she's doing, oh, Amber's got her glasses on. This is gonna be good. Okay, so she is saying, and what she challenges her group to do, or her team to do, is to take every week 10 pennies, and put them in your right pocket or left, whichever one you choose, really. And for that whole week, you have to have at least, or find a way to have a conversation with somebody about the opportunity. And it doesn't have to be the whole word vomit. Oh my gosh, you should join Scentsy. This is so amazing, right? It doesn't have to be that. It can be like you're getting gas and you go in to pay for it. And you're crying because you're at the register and you're paying for gas and it's ridiculous. But you're like, oh gosh, I am so glad that I have this side hustle. Thank goodness I can put gas in the car this week, right? That's it. Then you can move 1 penny to your other pocket. And so your goal is to move all 10 pennies to that other pocket. And so each night when you get home at the end of the day, whatever, you take the pennies that you're still working on, put them there. Don't forget to put them in your pocket the next day, because that challenge has to keep going. And she said that her team members see a lot of success in that because it puts them into thinking, I need to talk about Scentsy in some shape or form with the opportunity, with whoever it is. And so they're focused on that because they want to move the pennies. And when you start talking about it and you keep doing it, we all know that patterns create habits and habits create action. And so it is going to get you in the mode of just, that's going to be your vocabulary. Like when you're at the grocery store, chatting with the clerk as they're ringing up the groceries. Gosh, sure am glad I had my side hustle payout this month because woo, groceries are getting expensive, right? Put a penny in the pocket. So that is my sponsoring tidbit for tonight. It's
That's
Amber.
awesome.
You go.
Love it. Okay,
You took your glasses off. Why'd you take your glasses off?
Well, okay, I gotta switch to these glasses because I'm blind these days and I can't see. So so my just like in general sponsoring tip would be just always offering. And I know I've talked about this before, but you never know when they are going to say yes. So I don't care if you've already asked them 500 times, ask them again. And my I don't know, I'm kind of like a sarcastic type person, not trying to be mean, but in a funny way.
No, you're not.
Right? So like whenever I ask, I'm always, somebody will like message me and be like, hey girl, I need to get 6 bars. And I'll be like, hey girl, you want to join my team yet? And it's funny banter back and forth. And and when they continue to tell me no, I'm like, I'm going to ask again next time, but I'll keep taking your money for now. So and I believe I've probably gotten most of my recruits that way. I call it my method of just finally wearing them down. Because I don't ever stop asking. Because if you continue to be my customer and continue to talk to me, I'm going to continue to ask you to join my team. So that's what I call it. Just wear them down. So, and I think I've told that story before because that's truly like how I do it.
That's true. I have had plenty of people
Cassie?
join that way.
Right?
Sorry, go ahead.
I just tell them that, it wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask. It's part of my job. I have to ask you because I think you should probably make money off of this too. But if you don't want to, I'll keep taking your money and we'll keep it moving that way.
Yep.
I love to tell them I'll keep taking their money. Like, that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
My best sponsoring tip, and I know we have the join special this month, so it's only $25, but with the $25 kit, you only get the wall warmer and the bar and the samples and the 25 testers and a couple of catalogs. Great deal. Awesome deal. So if people want to join that way, that's fabulous. However, most of the people that I have sponsored have been with the host kit. Probably, I want to say 90% of the people that I've sponsored have been with the host kit. Early on, when I heard about offering the host kit, I was like, I'm not giving my rewards away. I had the attitude of like, that is my free Scentsy that I earned. Ain't nobody getting it. And when it finally clicked that you need to build your team. And when it finally clicked, I was like, okay, so I have a catch-all party, an open party on my website. Sometimes I have 2 or 3 of them. Once they get to $500, normally I will take them off of my PWS and then I close it once I find somebody who wants to join for 0 out-of-pocket cost. Somebody that I can bless with a business. So that's been the best way that I've been able to recruit my best customers, recruit people who've just been watching me, maybe never bought from me, recruit people that I have some sort of a relationship with. And early on, I'm not going to lie, I was one of the girls, hey girl, hey, I think you'd be really good doing this. I have since found a better way. I have found a better way.
Tell them your way.
What's my way?
The face.
The face.
So I have this thing, like if I see somebody, I'll be like, oh, they have a Scentsy face. They would look so good doing this. You wouldn't believe the amount of people that I've recruited by telling them they have a Scentsy face.
She's a stalker, y'all. She will go on somebody's Facebook page, look them up and down and be like, look at her or look at him. They look like they could sell Scentsy. That's a Scentsy face. And she will. She'll reach out and be like, hey.
Because we all look so much alike, right? Like, I think we
yeah.
all have a Scentsy face. I mean, really, at the end of the day, couldn't anybody have a Scentsy face, really?
Okay, no, they couldn't
Oh.
because there's
What
this
if they had
one-
these on?
That's
If they had
absolutely
these
a Scentsy
on?
face. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a Scentsy face.
Yeah.
definitely. So
For
for any
sure.
of y'all that don't know, anytime you have a qualifying party, which is $200, you have the ability to offer the host kit for $59 to somebody who wants to join for a discount. It's a bigger kit, comes with a lot of product, full set of testers, all the catalogs, your free website, all the things. Okay. But if you, what did George say? It worked on our last one. I can't read that. It's too little. But then if you get 500, I do. I need those glasses. I need to drive
Switch
them.
the glasses out.
So if your party hits $500, you can actually gift that kit to someone for no out-of-pocket cost, or you can charge the $59. I choose normally to gift that kit because I want to bless somebody else, because I've been blessed by this business. I joined for $99. I had no intentions on selling. I had no intentions on building a team. I was content with my nursing work. I was fine. But once that like clicked and I figured it out, and I was like, I can help change so many lives by offering them this kit. I really don't need more Scentsy. I mean, it's a win-win situation. Like, because if you think about it, you're not going to go to the top if you're not recruiting. And so if you're just working along and you're content in your business and you just want a little bit of extra money, and that's fine and dandy. But if you're wanting something long-term, something's going to like literally pay your bills, something's literally going to take care of your family or retire you from that job or retire your husband from that job, you've got to build a team. And so offering the blessing, as I call it, has been the best way that I've found to build my team. It doesn't always go as I want it to. There are people who take the kit and run and I never hear from them again. There are people that take the kit and contact me and be like, okay, I don't think I'm ready for this. And I'll be like, okay, I'll come get the kit. I went and picked the kit up before. Do you hear me? I have went and picked the kit up because I can use all that stuff in my personal business. And if you have no intentions on using it, by golly, George, I'm going to. So, but I don't, the option is always, even if they don't use the kit now, the option's still there later. If they want to do it later, maybe it just wasn't the right time for them or whatever. You don't need to count them out. You just need to, work through it. So hostess kits. Now you can use a host kit and flip the PRV. Flipping, people get this confused. Flipping and using a host kit are two totally different things. If you flip, you're actually flipping the PRV from that party to that hostess. Okay. If you're just using the, Janelle said repo kit. If you're just offering the host kit, you're still retaining all of that PRV. You're just blessing them with a business. I hope that makes sense. So, but
can I add on that?
Absolutely.
That if you are flipping a hostess, okay, if you are getting your hostess of the party to sign up, flip that ding dang party to them and give them that PRV, because you need them to get to certified. Especially during incentive time. But yeah, don't keep the PRV from a party that their friends all ordered from. Like, it's not fair. So give them that PRV. Now, if you are blessing someone with a kit from someone else's party, then, that's kind of up to you as to whether or not you would flip the PRV. It kind of depends on how well I know the person, whether or not I will actually flip the PRV to them. But that's completely up to you on whether or not you do that or not. But I would strongly suggest that if you are flipping a hostess, give her that PRV. Those are her friends and family that ordered from her anyways. So, or
yeah.
him.
And then when you flip it, it's automatically going to flip all of their information over to her workstation. So she'll have all of that information to follow up with those customers, and to, further build her team or whatever.
And they're automatically maybe close to shooting star, if not there already, or halfway to certified, right? Like, that's a great way to start your business.
Yeah.
Our last party recruit will be certified as soon as it flips, and it will give us our foot in for the first incentive. work events in it. Awesome. That was
Fantastic.
George. Yay. Yeah. So another thing with recruiting is if you're just posting here and there about Scentsy or sharing just here and there, and you're not really, consistent with it, you're probably not going to get very far in your recruiting game because people don't really see you doing it that much. And so being consistent with your posting and with your sharing and all of that is going to open up more doors for you to have conversations with people who may want to join your team or reinstate on your team or, whatever. So you have to be sharing.
That's fantastic, Ruth. And yeah, Anna brought up a really good point that PWS orders, so orders that were already placed online on the party, they will not flip. So that PRV doesn't flip. That's going to stay.
If you want it to, all you have to do is call Scentsy and they'll flip it right over for you. But online, like doing it online, it won't flip that PRV. You have to call and they have to manually flip that for you. But it is possible. So yeah. So the one
do
that
it on a Friday night.
Yeah, don't do it
on a Friday night on the end of the month is never a good thing. I have had to do it before. I called and
we remember.
I remember that.
So it can be done. They do not like it. Home office does not like to have to do that, especially. But if you don't call the first Monday that falls after that, no, they're not going to do it. You better get on that horn, ASAP, calling them.
Yeah, for sure.
I have to say too that I think we talk a lot about systems, and I think most of us, when we think about systems, it's booking parties or getting orders or how do I do follow-ups and all the things. And I think that you have to make sure that you have a system for sponsoring, specifically sponsoring, because if you've heard us talk at all, you've probably heard the buzzword of sponsoring and then onboarding, right? So the way I break it down is sponsoring is when they click the join button. And then that onboarding period is usually from day one until their first 70 days, right? That's when they're learning, they're absorbing, they're figuring out this business. Hopefully you're working with them as their sponsor and, plugging them into resources, all the things. And I will say that for a long time, sponsoring has always just come very easily to me. I take it as a blessing. That's great. There's been many a times that I wish I could say the same for sales. Like sales come so easy for me. They don't, right? Like Cassie and I are the perfect example, because she'll be like, look what I just posted on Facebook and I already have 3 orders. And so she'll be like, Jacqui, like yesterday, she made me, or the day before, Jacqui, I want you to go get 10 bars, stand up and take a picture. That's what I posted. So you can do it. So I get the bars, I take the picture. What do you think happens? I got 0 orders, right? I did the exact same thing she did, just didn't work for me. That's fine. But not everything is going to work for you that works for somebody else. And when it comes to sponsoring, people can get very confused in the sponsoring and the onboarding piece. And so for me, I try and really focus on at least one day a week. I try and put focus on specifically having sponsoring conversations. And a really good quote was, where you focus, where you put your focus is where you will grow. So if you're only focused on sales and you're not having like the 10 penny conversations, right? If you're not having those, if you're not making sure that's part of your systems or your priority in your month, then you're probably not going to be sponsoring a whole lot of people, right? And that's when people go, well, I don't understand. Nobody wants to join. Well, how often have you really talked about it? How often have you shared the opportunity? How often, and it's not even having that whole conversation. You'll see me a lot on my social media, just showing people how I work my business, making samples. Tonight I made little cotton ball samples. I did a little reel out of it, right? Showing people that this is what I do in this business. And that's my way to kind of have that. So remember to put sponsoring in your focus somewhere and what you're doing in your business. I think that's a big thing.
Kylie has a question. She said, What do you do if you get someone to join after getting her a host kit? Now she doesn't want to do anything, got the kit and disappeared, avoids Scentsy combo. You bless and release. You don't worry about it. Because you're gonna recruit the many to find the few, right?
Yep.
You're gonna recruit a whole bunch of people, and only a handful of those people are gonna actually do something with the business. Okay, some of those people will get active when they need to get active. Some of those people won't ever sell anything, and some of those people will be your rock stars. But you can't stop recruiting or stop offering that kit because you had the one person or the two. I've had a ton of people. Okay.
The 10 people that do nothing.
The 10 people that do nothing. You may give 10 kits away and they don't do anything. Don't get discouraged. I know it's super discouraging, but don't get discouraged, because eventually you're going to find the one that is going to do something.
And can I add on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I do have to say that, giving out 10 kits, right? And nobody does anything. And you're like, you know what? I'm not giving out any more kits. But what if 2 of those people that you gave those kits to reinstated and became rock stars? Because it's happened to me. I know it's happened to Jacqui. Like, it happens. So even if they start off a kidnapper and then they disappear, they could come back and be your biggest rock star. So don't ever not count your blessings whenever you're blessing someone else with the opportunity, because you never know when it's going to come back full circle and be incredible for your business and their business. So, don't get discouraged if you get those people that you've given out kits, and gosh, dog it, nobody will do anything. But you never know when they're going to come back and decide to really work their business.
Yeah. And you can't work at their business for them. When Jacqui talks about the onboarding process, that process becomes very difficult whenever you have someone who is not willing to read content that you're sending them or watch a video that you're sending them. If you're new to me or if you're on my team, I've sent you onboarding information and I send you things often. And what you choose to do with that information is completely on you. And what your team choose to do with the information that you give them is solely on them. It has absolutely zero to do with you or how you led them or the information that you gave them or anything else. It has 100% to do with their work ethic. Okay? If their work ethic sucks, if they in real life don't want to go get another job outside the home, I was going to say a real job, but I caught
Shut your mouth.
If they don't want to get another job outside the home and like they're pretty lazy and stuff, and they're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything because laziness runs very deep. And they can scroll Facebook all day long, but they're not going to take the time to watch that video, and they're not going to take the time to read what you sent them. And they're wanting a lot of them are going to want to take the easy way out, and they're going to want you to do everything for them. I'm going to point you in the right direction. I may help you out some, but I'm going to give you the information. I'm going to give you the resources that you need. And then it's up to you what you choose to do with said information. So if you're recruiting and you feel like, man, my people ain't doing junk, what am I doing wrong? Nothing. You're not doing anything wrong. That is all on them. So I know several people who have completely just halted their brakes and stopped recruiting because they said, obviously there's something wrong with me. Obviously it's something that I'm doing because I've recruited 8 people and they're all trash. Nobody's doing anything. It has nothing to do with you and absolutely 100% everything to do with them and their work ethic. So don't ever discount your ability to lead because my phone just fell because of somebody else's work ethic.
Agreed. And I mean, that work, it kind of will go both ways because I think the majority of the people probably watch us have heard me, right? Like, I didn't start this to be a business. I didn't think one day this was going to be my life. I had no intention of that. This was, I liked Echo, specifically, I liked Echo, and I liked my Jane warmer, which by the way is discontinued, and it's very sad to me. But that's why I joined, because I wanted that, and I wanted to be able to have something that was, instead of just me being a mom and going to work and coming home and cooking and cleaning and trying to watch a show or two, going to sleep and doing it all the next day. Like, I had nothing that was me. And that's really why I clicked the join button. It turned into all of this because I found community. I found people I could connect to. I found things within myself that I never even thought was possible. Like, I never would have been like, oh, I'm going to be on YouTube one day. Are you kidding me? I'm like, no, it was not in my game plan. So those people can change over time, and their needs change over time, or what they need Scentsy to be, right? We talk about gas right now. It's for real. If people are complaining about gas right now and they talk to me about that on social media, the first response I have is, that's why I have a side gig. Plain and simple. Even if I was still working full time, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. My husband put like almost $70 in that damn gas tank the other day. Are you kidding me? This is sad. So those changes are going to come up, and people may be like, hey, yeah, I've been doing this for a while. Maybe if I work this a little bit each week, maybe I could get a little bit more and take care of the gas so I don't have to worry about it, or take care of the groceries for this month. It can be anything, and people are going to have that decision that they're going to have to make. And like Cassie was saying, right, they're either going to make that or not. You can't choose. You can't make them choose. They have to make that decision. And once they make that decision, then that's when we jump in. I don't care how long somebody has been with me. If they've been with me 7 years and they've only been a hobbyist, and they message me tonight and they're like, Jacqui, I need this to be my full-time job. I just got laid off. Boom. Let's go, sister. We are going to do this, and let's do it. So never count out your people who either don't do anything, or maybe only put in 200, once every 6 months or something. That's fine. Let them be. Let them get out of this business what they want, but always let them know. And I always do. Every so often, I'll send out a mass email to my group and be like, you guys never know what circumstances can change. This business is always here for you. So I think that's an important thing too, to remember when you're sponsoring. Yeah, it might not be something they want to do full time now, but who knows in 2 years what happens.
Kylie says that the first Tammy, I guess, that she sponsored with the kit happened to be her best friend. I did that. My very best friend in the world joined my team with a kit. And she done a little bit, maybe, but she fell off. And it hurt my heart a little bit, because like, that's my best friend. We were supposed to be earning trips together. We were going to go on all these vacations. We were going to do all the Scentsy stuff together. And it's not that there's really anything wrong with her work ethic. She's a nurse. She works very hard. She has great work ethic. It's just she didn't want to do it. She would rather scroll Facebook or scroll TikTok, and she just didn't want to invest time, and that's completely okay. So it's just not for some people. And I never know, but later down the road, when she's, needing something else, she may come back. So definitely don't let that affect your friendship. It's just not for some people. And she said also that it seriously has affected her PRV this month. Do not ever let anything affect your PRV. Get your mind right and get with it, because that's you. That's your paycheck. And if you let what somebody else is doing or somebody else is saying or anything like that affect your paycheck, that's all on you, boo. That's all on you. Because you have to get your mind right, and you have to make the decision that no matter what anybody else does, I'm going to work my business. And no matter what anybody else does, I'm showing up every day. And no matter what anybody else does, I'm going to have recruiting conversations. And no matter what anybody else does, I'm going to do the dang thing. And as long as you have that mindset, then you're unbreakable. But the minute that you start letting the little things, like your best friend joined, she's not doing jack, or, I recruited 5 people and none of them are doing anything, or these people are talking about me and, I just don't think the direct sales is going to be it for me, because, I've got people trashing my name and things. I don't care.
Who's paying your bills?
Exactly.
Yeah, paying your bills.
As soon as they come and pay one of my bills, then they can have an opinion. Until then, don't care. Irrelevant. Doesn't matter. So yeah, you just keep doing you, and you keep going forward for you, and you keep talking to people for you. And also when you are having recruiting conversations, my favorite thing about Scentsy is not the fact that I get paid to do it. It's the fact that I get to teach other people what I do, and that their life can be blessed as much as mine, because I don't have to go work 12-hour shifts as a nurse anymore. I don't have to leave my kids anymore. I don't have to do that. So using that as a recruiting tool and being authentic and genuine in saying, I want to bless your life. I want you to be able to do this, not for me, not for anybody else, not to help me get to SSD. That's irrelevant. I want you to be able to stay at home with your kids, and I want you to be able to live the life that you want to live and have the freedoms that you want, because that's what's best for you and not anything else. And when I say that, I'm genuine about it. I mean it with my whole heart. I don't care what my paycheck looks like, but if your life is blessed and this business has blessed you, that is a win in my book all day long.
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of going off what Cassie was saying a minute ago, you can't want this for them. You know, she was saying that, you know, her first recruit was her best friend and that stuff. I've recruited best friends. I've recruited my sister-in-laws. I've recruited, you know, all those people that were close to me in my life. And at the end of the day, if they don't want it like I want it, I can't make them do anything, right? I don't love them any less. They're still my sister-in-laws. They're still my best friends, you know, all of those things. But if this wasn't for them and this wasn't what they wanted, and it, you know, okay, that's fine. I don't love them any less. They don't love me any less. They still support me in my business, and I still support any decisions that they make. Of course, if they want to come back and do the darn thing, I'm here for it. But if not, that's okay. Because not everybody that you recruit is going to do amazing things, and that's fine. But if you can get a best friend to join and get to go on trips with them and all the things, fabulous. If not, find your new best friend that's already a Scentsy consultant, because I mean, you can see it can happen. I mean,
We did.
yeah, before this, would we have ever known each other? No, absolutely not. So, I mean, that's the best part that I really feel that everybody should take away from Scentsy is you will find your people in Scentsy. Even if, you know, you can't get any of your friends or any of your family to join your team, it's okay. You're going to find new friends and new family, because these girls are my sisters just as much as my real sisters. And, you know, it's a blessing. So, you know, if you can't get your best friend to do the darn thing, that's all right. Find you a Scentsy sister and you guys do the darn thing together. So.
Yeah, that makes it so fun. Like, because we didn't know each other. Actually, I guess Jacqui and Amber did before this summer. But I met both of them this summer in Branson at a retreat. And
well, you started showing up to some meetings that we had first.
Well,
like you started.
I mean, I knew them. Yeah. And when you guys, when you show up to things like Zooms, happy hour, you know, meetings that we have, the monthly meeting and stuff, when you show up and you actually get involved and you actually open your mouth and you talk, you really start to go places. And I know that all of us have heard when you show up, you go up, but it's so true. Now, I hit director before I ever talked to any of these people, really. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Okay. That's when I realized that there was something to this. But after that, after I decided to make this my full-time thing, then I started showing up to meetings before that, but I really started showing up and I really started reaching out. And I think at that point in time, I looked up to Jacqui Duran like she was some famous person. I didn't think that I would ever be friends with Jacqui Duran.
Jacqui Duran?
Jacqui Duran.
Yeah.
Like I had seen her on the YouTube and I knew that she was the star director within our organization. I was like, she ain't never going to talk to me. Well, now we talk every day, every single day, every single day. So you can find your people. Anna, where can I find your tips on onboarding systems? I believe I've shared mine here before. I'll have to go find it and bump it. But mine and Jacqui's are kind of similar. She just uses a Jotform app. I use a Canva clickable thing, and they're kind of the same, but they're very similar. But we just go over information about your workstation, a workstation walkthrough, what it is, how to create a party, how to close a party, how to enter orders, just basically teaching them all the things. And then actually yesterday I started working on a Trello onboarding that kind of goes along with my clickable, because I'm really loving this Trello thing that Jacqui got me into. And we're using it for like all the things. If I could use it for like groceries and all that stuff, I would use it for that. Like I ain't even playing. I love me some Trello. But I've started this Trello. It's a public board. I can actually share it. But it goes through trainings and it goes through like your very first steps, what you very first need to do, like tell all the people, make a party link, share it out. Don't mass invite people to a party, have one-on-one conversations and all of those things. But then it goes into like these training pods. And so there's trainings on different things, social selling and expanding your network and all of that. I can't remember what I was on there. I'm not done with it yet. But I have already shared it with my team and I can share it in here too. And anybody can use that. You just can't change anything on it. So, but you can take the ideas from it and create your own, because it's super easy to use Trello. Like Trello is not difficult at all. Like I waited forever to start using it. I was waiting for Jacqui to train me and she never did. So I just went to the Trello.com.
Jacqui did a training. It's on YouTube for Pete's sake. Watch it.
She did that after I learned it. The heifer waited till after I learned it.
Do everything.
It's just not right. Anyhow, she didn't train me how to use the dang thing. And I think, this is kind of goes hand in hand with our teams. We can't just hold their hand and bring them along. Sometimes you have to learn some stuff for yourself. Sometimes you have to go to that workstation and click on that news tab and see what's coming out. Sometimes you got to go to that workstation and click on Scentsy Success and look at that training content. You cannot expect your leader, your director, your sponsor to hold you by the hand and guide you the whole way. Sometimes you have to pour into yourself. So I poured into myself and I taught myself some Trello. That's the whole point I'm getting at. And I absolutely love it. Now, Jacqui and I collab and she's on my workspace and I'm on her workspace. And then I accidentally created a whole freaking board over on her workspace. And then I couldn't find it on mine. And I'm like, what in the world? What did I do? I know I spent 2 hours last night working on this customer board. And dang it, if all my customers weren't over on her workspace.
Don't worry, I didn't send them any happy mail. But the good thing is with Trello, and we will be doing more training. She is salty, Kylie. You are correct.
She said, love opening the group and seeing you beauties.
We did find that there is a really
I am salty, Kylie. I'm salty.
She's
salty.
She's got the salt out.
There's a great way to copy. Everything's fixable. It's fine. It's fun. We also do have our Google site available as well. It's in the, is it pinned? Is it announcements anymore? I don't know. It's up there.
I think something. It's pinned.
Yeah.
I think it's
but you guys can use that as part of your onboarding system as well, because that's really what we created it for. So that way you would have a space that wasn't too overwhelming to put your new people into. So it kind of goes over the basics of Fast Start Awards, the Shooting Star, Sensational Start, introduces people to, who their leaders are, and all the things. Yes. So it is available there, but yeah, we're definitely doing more training on onboarding and all of that coming soon.
Yeah. Onboarding is really, I I didn't, and this is kind of going off topic. We were talking about sponsoring, but since we're talking about onboarding, it's really important. And I didn't know the true importance. Like, I'd never done it before. I don't know, April, May last year. I'd never really onboarded. I was like, okay, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. Okay, you're kind of on your own. If they ask me a question, I'll answer it, whatever. And I almost hit annual mentor last year. I was one person shy of hitting annual mentor, and I didn't know that that was really good. Like, that was really, like, that was cool. I was like, oh, I hit annual sales and didn't even know what it was that first year. I was like, what's annual sales? I just did that. I got this congratulations thing. What the crap is this? I didn't even know. But then I figured out the importance of onboarding, and I was like, since I knew that there was a thing called annual sales and annual mentor, I was like, okay, well, I have to get those. And so when I did implement an onboarding system, I did start to see my people certified. Now, I do recruit a lot of people. I do recruit a whole lot of people, but the onboarding system works if you work. So if you create all this content and stuff, you have to use it to make it work. I hit annual mentor, I think in October, November last year for this year. Yeah. So the onboarding system works. But, you know, I think it's kind of a luck of the draw thing too, because you have to find those people who are actually going to look at the content and take it in. So, but if you work with them, it works.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Agree.
My hands on are done with computers. Well, it doesn't really have to do anything to do with computers at all, Miss Tina. You know, if you can copy and paste and share a link, that's about all it is. And you don't have to recreate the wheel. That's the awesome thing about Scentsy, is that there are so many leaders that are willing to share what they use and what they come up with. You don't have to be able to create your own graphics and do all of your own things and stuff. That's why we share. And you're more than welcome to share some of our stuff that we use. Now, there is stuff that we will make and that it's strictly for us. It's strictly for us. But for the most part, when we do things, we share them. And I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have other people sharing with me what they make and how they lead and the things that they do, and teaching me how to lead my team, because I was an awful leader in my eyes because I didn't know what to do. How do you lead a team? Like, I thought leading a team meant sending them gifts all the time or something, you know? I didn't know. So I had to be taught, but I had to be willing to learn as well. So if you're not willing to invest in yourself and pour into yourself, then you're going to struggle a little bit. But if you're willing to take the time and to read whatever your leader sends you or watch whatever training video there is, if you're willing to take the time and then just duplicate what they're doing, you can be successful too.
Yep. And I mean, we weren't good at Canva or Trello or
no.
Amy or anything, right? Like any of the apps. Do you think that we were experts? No, we take the time and we pour in. And yeah, I still, every Monday is my personal development day. I make sure I watch at least 1 to 2 training videos. So I go on my YouTube. That's where I find my people, right? The Stacey Behringers and the Thursday night shift ladies and all of this, right? And I can tell you at least every week I'm learning at least one new thing. You're never going to get to the point to where you know it all. And if you do, well, I don't think you know it all, because people who have been doing this business, even Tracy can tell you, from when she started to where she is now, she has learned so much in between that time period, right? We didn't come into this knowing this. So you have to pour into yourself and remember and remind yourself you are worthy. It's not just because, oh, those people got lucky, that's why they're a director or above, or, you know, oh, people just love to they just get people to join their team. They're just so lucky. They're so good at social media. They're just so lucky. It is not luck. It is not luck. It is showing up, showing up for your team, showing up for your business, setting goals, making a plan, and actually doing the things. A lot of people get caught up in the fluff and the making of all the fluff. The fluff is not going to get you any sales. It is not going to get you more team members until you get it out of the house, right? It has to become an income producing activity. So have fun with it, but remember, you have to keep your sights on your goals. You have to have those to keep you going.
Trina has a question. Any advice on what or how to handle your team if it is bigger than you can handle? And I've learned this from Jacqui, and that's focus on the people who are working.
Amen.
You can't lead
Focus on the
somebody
people that
not
want to
working.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah. The people
You
that
can't
want to
lead
work.
somebody who's not working because, I mean, if they're not working, what is there to lead?
Right.
Yeah. So focus on the people who are actually showing some effort and wanting to. Jacqui has a big group. She can't physically, mentor every single person. I don't know how big Amber's is, but I'm pretty sure that she can't physically mentor every single person.
Right.
And I know that mine has gotten too big for me to mentor every single person. But I will tell you, and this goes for Jacqui and for Amber, that it doesn't matter whose team you're on, that if you come to us with a question, we will answer you. And it doesn't matter if you're in Cindy Bliss or not, we will help you because that's what Scentsy Spirit is. But for me, I focus on those who are working. And if you come to me with a question and you're not working, that's fine. I'll answer you too. But my time goes into the ones who are actually showing initiative. They're doing things. And I know that they want to be led. People that don't want to be led, you can't lead. So you have to bless and release and let them go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't focus on all of them, right? You have to focus on who wants to work. Because I can guarantee you, everybody in your team does not want to work. I know they don't. So you focus on those that show up and want this. And so you continue to pour into them and helping them show up and keep wanting it. So, if they don't want it, you can't make them want it. So don't keep beating that dead horse, right? Leave that horse over there. He's laying down. Just leave him alone. This one over here, this pony's galloping. So you're going to stroke her and brush her and clean out her hooves, right? Or whatever it is you do to your horse, but you're going to show up for her. Leave the dead horse on the ground, for Pete's sake. You can't beat it anymore. It's already dead. Quit messaging it. It will reach out to you when it's ready to get up off the ground.
Quit messaging the dead horse. I'm going to make that into a t-shirt. Going on the list.
It's a sticker. It's going to be on a license plate. It's going to be everywhere.
Hey, I didn't get on my don't pee in my pool speech tonight.
I know. I'm surprised.
Well, I came up with my team motto. Motto. How do you say that? Motto.
Tomato.
The other night it was just me and the Jacqui Duran over there, and we were zooming, and I told somebody came to me and asked me something, and I said, there's nothing to it but to do it. And so that's now my team motto. There's nothing to it but to do it. So stop overthinking and rethinking and thinking around and thinking through, and just there's nothing to it but to do it. Don't beat the dang dead horse. It's dead. It ain't getting up.
Leave it down. Brush the good pony that's galloping.
Just
my motto: if it feels good, do it.
You came up with one, Jacqui. What was it? Can you remember? Did you write it down? You said my motto is going to be, it was the very next day. You've lost it already.
You didn't write it on a sticky?
Well, I wrote Cassie's on a sticky.
I was going to say, sort through Cassie's memos.
My own down. It's right here. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. There's somebody else's phone number. Didn't put a name with it, so I ain't sure who that is.
Just give them a call and say, hey, I think I know you. Do you need some Scentsy?
I don't know, but
I
now
just
I like the where you put your focus is where you grow. So I don't know where my other motto went, but I think I'm gonna put the focus motto up. I like the focus.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
It is true.
It is true.
Hero.
Hero's tearing it up. All right.
Prayers for Danielle.
We better wrap it up.
All right.
We've been on here
Well,
for a minute.
We have some really awesome things coming in the future. The three Amigas are working hard behind the scenes to create a platform that's going to help not only Scented Bliss but consultants across the board. And we look forward to sharing more with you, but just a little bit of information just to kind of get you excited, because we're excited to work with more people and to offer more training and to do more things and to be able to really reach out and expand and like help the Scentsy community, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for. Scentsy Spirit. We want to make Heidi and Orville proud. So stay tuned because big things are coming.
are we going on tour? Are you kidding me?
Yes. Can we? Did somebody ask that? Carrie, will you be our tour guide? You could drive the bus.
She can be our manager.
We are
Yes.
going to need somebody to drive the bus because I don't trust
Boom.
Cassie, and Amber is.
But what's wrong
Scary.
with me?
I'm the best bus driver there is. I don't know what you're talking about.
You almost ran over a man in a wheelchair and you told him knees to chest in Branson. I remember it vividly.
He's got to wheel faster. He saw me coming. I was bigger than him. Okay. If you see the Suburban coming your way, you should probably just move out the way.
He didn't have no legs. All he had was his arms.
I mean, he was on wheels. That means you can move fast. He could have wheeled a little faster.
I mean, the man didn't have no legs and you was knees to chest. What if he didn't have no kneecaps?
I think he did have kneecaps.
Yeah, I think I do remember knees.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were knees, Cassie. So he could have strolled that thing on a little faster. Okay, so Carrie's going to be the
Carrie's going to be our
manager.
manager. Good to know.
She will manage the snot out of us. She's
We gonna need that, Carrie. And I think she already knows. She
We're
probably
gonna
has
need
an
you to
action plan for us.
right.
You need an action plan just to keep Jacqui sober. That's what we need.
I don't know if Carrie's probably the right manager for that, is she?
That's it. I'm bringing my Bible with us. I'm bringing my
Oh,
Bible.
yeah. Would you please? I'll bring the Disney Channel for Pete's sake.
It's on a Trello board.
Okay. All right, y'all.
All right,
Have a good
guys.
night.
We love you.